Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very special review impressions of a knife that I got here in the beginning of the year. I'm pretty excited about. This is one of those exclusives from KnifeJoy. I was really excited to get a hold of this. This is the Slysz Bowie. This is the Slysz Bowie, at least that's how I believe it's pronounced. It is one of those, fantastic grail connection knives that a lot of people love to get in the Spyderco community, and this is no different in that regard. This is a titanium frame here. You do have this. I did put the Rips Garage technology clip in there. It originally comes with the standard Spyderco clip right here, and this is some extra hardware that comes in with this particular clip. This is the screw, and then there's an extra little clip here. And the nice thing about it is reversible for right hand, left hand, tip up only. It has a G10 backspacer. So there you go. And getting it off was a challenge, so I bought an extra set from Rips Garage Technology. I had this extra set of hardware. So if anybody, this is probably gonna be a catch and release. I just don't carry it. I like the knife. I like it a lot. I like Spydercos. I have a lot of Spydercos, but this is a knife I just don't carry. And I got to catch and release some knives because I have too many knives and I got to check out more things. So, anyways, some really cool hardware from Rips Garage Technology. By the way, you want to check them out. So let's get into this knife. All right. So if you want to know about the knife, let's talk a little bit about the knife name. It is the Slysz Bowie. It is a limited edition version of the Spyderco Slysz Bowie folder, right? It's an exclusive special configuration established by a Spyderco model produced for wholesale single customer distributor. Although they have different runs of it. This particular one is the KnifeJoy one. This one was designed by the Polish custom knife maker Marcin Slysz. The Slysz Bowie is an extremely refined folder. Now they did some updates on this one. It's M390 blade steel. Let's see here. What is this? Which was a precision machine by Bowler Udahome, which is the M390. It's basically like 20 CV. It's along the same lines right there as that. So what they did compared to the older one, this one actually has, and you can see it has a steel bar insert over travel stop. So the original one was the got a little dust in there. So let's go ahead and clean that out. Where's my cloths? Come on now. I know I have a cloth over here and I'm knocking everything over. Goodness. All right, so we got a little dust in there. It's been in the case. I just want to make sure you can see everything. All right, so here we go. There we go. So yeah, it is a steel bar over travel stop, which is nice. The original one was titanium on steel, and it probably was carbonized. So the action is really wonderful. It is phosphor bronze washers, but beautifully reverse flick. Now I know this is kind of cut off. You'd love to have full axis. It works really great this way. And it works even better left-handed like this, which is fantastic. But you can get into this one. As long as you get a little meat of your finger, it flips out really, really nice, I think. So I like that. If they had just cut a little bit away, this could be easily a top flipper. Now, I know some people who customize theirs and cut that away just so you can flip it. I mean, that certainly is a possibility if you wanted to do that. This has the blue kind of, I don't know if it's blue anodized. What do they call this? Do they say the feature of the Elite knife handle? Let's see here. Scales, solid titanium convex curve. Yeah, so it's a curve. Which is nice. It's not a flat one. To further highlight the sophisticated style to handle, the knife is anodized to a deep blue color. And now this does patina a little bit with oils on your hands and your skins, and you can clean that off with a little Windex, and it looks just like new again. But your skins, or natural skins, oil will make this a little darker. Once you carry it for a while. It does have a deep pocket wire clip. Like I said, that's what was originally on there. I did get the Rips Garage technology. That's an extra 75 bucks for this nice mill titanium clip. That works really well and looks really nice together once they're fully anodized together. So beautiful fun carry. This beautifully finished blade up here. I love this kind of drop point. I don't know if it's a clip point. Well, it's a buoy. That's what they're calling it, a buoy. I guess buoy, I would normally expect a little bit more, but I guess technically it's a buoy. Does have a crazy sharp edge. You can see that nice edge on there and the nice edge on there. It's relatively even on both sides. It might be a little spot that's not, you can always reprofile that, but it's pretty nice. The jimping here works really well. You can choke up pretty well. I have large hands with big meaty fingers, so if you have extra large hands with regular fingers, double extra large hands with thinner fingers, this is about where you're gonna grip. You can probably get an extra large, double extra large hands in here. Nice and rounded all the way around. There's no sharp edges. Everything's rounded. It's not necessarily chamfered, but it is rounded, so it doesn't bite into you, and I do like that. This is very aggressive jimping. You can move across it easily, but once you push down, it will definitely hold your finger in place. It's got a crown spine, which I think is nice, and here it's flat. So you can definitely get some nice push cuts going in there. The frame lock really keeps it in place. I don't think there's any weight relief in there. There's not. It is a G10, black G10, or is it a micarta? Can't tell. Maybe it's a micarta. It looks like a G10. I don't know. Might be a micarta or G10 backspacer. But either way, it's pretty cool. This is T6 hardware here, T8. And T8, I thought it would be a T10 like some of the PM2s and the Pair 3s, but this is a all T10. So fairly nice. The action axis here is nice cutaway, easy to get to, definitely very pronounced to get in there. So, and then the action as it breaks in, it's really nice. So I think it's right there. You can let it drop on your finger. So some people will let it drop, they'll catch here. Some people will just let it drop in the air. It's a matter of your perspective, right? Nice, beautifully centered. When it locks in place, it is a good 60%. There's no blade play. It's in there nice and solid. Let's see any pivot lash. No. Let's see. Let's listen to the detent. Let's get a nice close up and listen to that. All right. It's not super snappy, but you can definitely hear the detent. There's no detent lash, so it's in there really good. I like that. I like that a lot. So the materials, again, M390, titanium scales. This is an extra added feature. It's typically just the wire clip over here, so right. Backspacer, micarta, G10, I'm not sure. Yeah, the more I look at this, the more I think it's micarta. Does it say on here? now I gotta look. Does it say if it's micarta? Doesn't say on here. Yeah, it doesn't say. Oh well. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Does it say on the thing here? No, it doesn't. All right. Still, very nice. It's not cheap. I'll guarantee you that. This is a little more expensive knife for sure, but it's, you know, I get it, and I get why it's expensive, and it's nice. It is really nice. Unfortunately, it's going to be a catch and release for me. I really like this knife. I wish I didn't have to get rid of it, but I do. I do because I just don't carry it. I just don't carry it. Came in like this, and I've hardly carried it. So, yeah, there you go. It is definitely a cool knife. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the weights and measurements. Let's measure this guy. So I feel like this is going to be about 4.5, almost 5 ounce. It doesn't feel super light. I will tell you that. I feel like we're like 4 to 5 ounce range. Let's see, 4.3 ounces. So it's definitely not super light, but I mean it's not crazy heavy, but it's definitely not super light. So let's go ahead and get the overall length of this knife. Where is my measuring tape? Where did my measuring tape? Oh, it's over here. I moved it. Okay, we're back. Sorry, the battery died. I had to hook back up, so this is going to be spliced in. All right, I'm back. The battery died. All right, so looking at the handle length, we're looking at the handle length. If you look at the inside to here, we're probably just under 3.5 inches. If you look at extended all the way to the back here, about 4 inches. You choke up a little bit, you can probably get about 4.25 inches, so that's not bad. Overall blade length on the knife is about just under 3 3/8 of an inch. The cutting edge is 3.5 inches, so there you go. So let's go ahead and get the blade stock thickness on this particular knife. All right, so we're look at 139 thousandths of an inch. So it's not super thin, but it's not super thick. It's a fairly decent blade stock thickness. I mean, it's definitely got some robustness to it. Definitely going to be some beautiful cutting strength to it. The tip is not super thin, so I mean, you're going to be able to cut well. It's going to work well. It's going to be a good workhorse as far as the knife goes. So what is this category? Well, it's definitely in the higher end knife. This is a $450 knife. It's definitely not a regular knife. It's not quite over 600, but it's up there. And then if you put a little clip like this on there, it makes this $525. So, you know, we're looking at a $525 knife right here alone, which is, you know, not bad. It's really well done. You can feel the quality. Definitely made well. This is, oh, there it is. So it's made in Taiwan, Taoqing. And then you can see it is Spyderco, it's M390, it's got the Spyderco emblem, and then you've got the little, I guess that's the Slysz designer mark there or whatever. So definitely a higher end knife. Now the purpose is EDC hard use or collection piece, absolutely can be a collection piece. If you like to collect these and just collect them, never use them, you can do that. This is definitely in that category. But it's also, I feel like it would work really well as an EDC knife. I think it would also work really well as a hard use knife. So I feel like there's a lot of benefit and positive about that. You could definitely do that. It's kind of up to you, right? I mean, some people, they would never use this knife. They would never want to, but I feel like it's a knife that's meant to be used and to be enjoyed. And that's what this feels like. And I don't know. That's where I come from. But absolutely could be a collection piece. It's your money, it's your knife. You do what you want, right? All right, so let's look at the ergos and feels. Overall, beautifully rounded, nice corners all the way around. This clip works really well. Even if you had the regular clip in there, it's that kind of goofy little clip. It does work. You can definitely get some other Spyderco clips, but it works, right? It works. You can get a Lynch clip as another possibility, and that works as well too. I like the Rips Garage Technology clip the most. I think that looks really nice. The frame lock on here works really well, especially with the over travel stop and the steel bar insert. It does drop really well. The action on the phosphor bronze is just outstanding. Breaks in, makes this a really beautifully fidgety knife. And the spider holes really work well. They deploy well. It's got good grip. Everything's rounded. Great access to the lock bar. A little chamfering there. You can see that. So all that works well. Opening and closing. There's a lanyard loop, so it's not necessarily prioritized, but it's there. So you can definitely do your lanyard thing if you're a lanyard fan. There you go. Lanyard people rejoice. It's not super deep pocket carry. I mean, if you got like a Lynch clip, it's a little deeper pocket carry clip. It probably gets you much higher, much deeper down into the pocket. So there is that. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah, there's no jimping on here. The texture, that blue anodization is really nice. I love the texture on the clip. It does give you some back grip if you're wanting to do that. The jimping on here is really nice, so I think that's great. I think that's great. Overall feel is really nice. The opening and closing is wonderful, very fidgety, very enjoyable. I think this would really be a great knife for anybody's collection. All right, so fidget factor. All right, so what do we have? We have 2 spider holes, and that's really it. I don't think there's bonus flick. No. So the spider holes, this is primarily a spider hole knife, and that's it. That's what it's going to be. Now, I know some people have modded this and then made it a top flipper. It's your knife. You can do what you want. You can pay a modder to do what you want, or you can mod it yourself if you're so inclined, right? But I think for what it does it well. The spider hole works really well. So what do I think is the fidget factor on this one? It's going to be a 2. It's going to be a 2. It's not a 1 because it's not an open and close into a sheath. It definitely has some stuff, so I'm going to give it a 2. It's done well. The spider holes are well. You might disagree. You might give it a 3 or 4, but I think that's the most I would ever give if you have single deployment, right? It's kind of up to you. Even a flipper, single flipper, I don't care if it's a sheer Gorf, you're never going to get a high fidget factor. So the fidget factor is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just if you like to fidget with your knives a lot, you just have to keep that in mind, right? So the fidgety goodness out of this, I would say, is a good solid 95. It's an A. It's a solid A. It's not 100. It's a solid A. I think you get a little tight back here. It's sometimes, you know, bigger media fingers gonna have a little trouble. I wish that when it dropped, it wouldn't hit my finger with that blade. So, I mean, there's a way to catch it up here a little higher, you know, kind of avoid that. So, but that's my only reason why it's only got to be, it's a good A. It's a solid A. It's not an A+, it's not a 100, so I give it a good 95. Yeah, so good. Is it recommended? Absolutely, it's recommended. It's a recommended higher end knife, for sure, for sure. This is, you would be pleased to have this in your collection. You would be very happy to have it in your collection. I don't think you would, couldn't fault anybody for wanting to get something like this and then getting it into their collection. I think you can get it. It's a limited drop, so you get it when it drops, and then if you miss that, then you got to go out to the secondary market to find it. And usually in the secondary market, these guys get expensive because there's so much in demand, especially this newer one with the steel bar insert over travel stop, and it's done really well. So I get it. I get it. Yeah, so it's overall recommended. So let's go ahead and take a nice close look up at this. Here's that beautiful satin finish on the blade. See the Spyderco emblem. You can see some of the little markings on there. It's M390, the Spyderco on there. That's nice. I should probably clean my fingerprints off so you can see it a little bit better. Let's do that. Sorry about the fingerprints, but you know, there you go. So there you can see that beautiful blade, and let's look at the handle. There's that wonderful handle, reverse clip there, nice roundedness. You can see the cutaway to the lock bar. It's really nice. It's rounded all the way across here, the typical spider hole on top. You can see the jimping over here, all the way around. Here's the backspacer with the jimping on that micarta backspacer. I think it's nice. The little lanyard loop right in there. There's no weight relief in there. And then let's look at the back here. Here's the lock bar cross with the steel bar insert over travel stop. This is the Rips Garage Technology clip. This is cut out here on this side, but it's not super sharp, which is cool. T8's there, T6 is there, and T8's here, so that's nice. Look in the back, again, the micarta with some nice jimping on top. You can see the jimping on top of the blade, and here's that crown spine back there. It's really nice. We look on the inside, there's no weight relief, but you know, it's done well. It's done well. Easy access there. I think I like that. And then let's look at the back side of the blade here, that beautiful polished finish. On this one it says Taiwan, Tao Ching, and then you've got, I believe, the maker's mark right there. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. All right, so let's get a nice view of this knife from right here. Beautiful action on this knife. I think it's pretty cool. I think you'd be very happy to get this in your collection, especially if you're a big Spyderco fan. I think it would be definitely cool. I think I have too many Spydercos because I need to try some more, so I'm going to have to do a catch and release on this. But it is very cool. I will guarantee that. It's definitely a cool knife to have and to have experienced. I can say that I've experienced it. Again, just because I have a knife and I really enjoy it doesn't mean, you know, I don't like it if I sell it. I may regret it later on, and that happens, right? But I just feel like if I don't carry it, I need to sell it. So that's just kind of where I come from on that perspective. All right, so that's the knife. It's recommended. I think it's a great knife. It's a great buy. You're going to have to hunt it down in the secondary market unless they get one of the other limited release. So just keep in mind that. What's your thoughts on this? Do you have the Slysz Bowie? Do you have one of these? Do you have one of the older versions without the whole over travel stop, steel bar insert, and all that stuff? What do you think of it? Have you been able to compare the two? I have never tried the first one. I hear it's not quite as good. Gets a lot of lock stick. No lock stick on this. It's really solid. Great lockup. Just fantastic. So yeah. Very, very much recommended. Hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the videos really helps out the channel, allows the channel to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So thank you to everyone who watches the videos, who likes the videos, who enjoys the videos, who watches the live streams, part of everything. Thank you. I appreciate you. And if you haven't already, maybe hit that notification button down below so you can be notified of future content like this video. And to all my channel members, a huge thank you. Thank you. You guys really help the channel. You allow the channel to do some things more quickly than we ever thought we'd be able to do. Everyone's part of this channel. Everyone's appreciated. But the channel members, you do allow me to do a little more things a little sooner than I ever thought. You help cover a lot of the shipping, to look at extra knives and things like that. So I am so grateful to you. And if you thought, hey, I'd like to become a channel member, I would love to have you. I'd be honored. Check the description down below. There's a link for that. There's 3 different tiers. Would be honored to have you in any way, shape, fashion, form. But if don't ever feel obligated to be a channel member. Only do it because you want to. But as a small incentive, but also really as a way for me to say thank you to all you generous channel members. I do a once a month members giveaway. It's a pretty exclusive giveaway. It's not just a regular budget knife like I give away every week. It's usually a nicer, higher end knife. And I don't mean higher end as in a knife over $600, but I mean it's not a budget knife, okay? And I try to spend, you know, 150, 200 bucks, maybe 300 bucks sometimes on these knives just to say thank you, especially when you're so generous with the memberships. I really want you to know that I appreciate that. So maybe you want to be a channel member just to go for that giveaway because it's a much smaller group. Also, I also send every brand new channel member a sticker, a channel sticker. And if you've been a channel member for a while and you never asked for a channel sticker, never gotten one, or if you've been a channel member before and became a channel member again, and you're a channel member right now, you just have to be a channel member right now and you ask for a channel member sticker, I would be more than happy to mail you one. That's my other way to say thank you. Thank you for being part of this and supporting the channel. I appreciate every single one of you guys out there. So just know that. Also, if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.